So they are the same people moving around. The issue of counterfeiting, no country alone can win it alone. We have to work together, and we want to partner with NAFTA, and we hope to learn a lot from here.
Commendations on the efforts of the agency came from some Nigerians in the diaspora, just as the agency badged an award from an arm of the FCT core members. In Abuja, Rabi Abdullah, NTA News.
Operators of microfinance banking have been warned to desist from manipulation of accounts and related offenses for the growth and development of the sector. Managing Director of the Nigerian Deposits Insurance Corporation, NDIC, Umar Ibrahim, gave the warning that it will be a workshop organized for selected 7 microfinance institutions from across the country, including the FCT. Alayu Kabir reports.
With over 70% of the Nigeria's estimated population of 160 million people based in the rural areas, which has little or no access to banking facilities, the managing director of the Nigerian Deposits Insurance Corporation said the workshop, which is first of its kind, is a platform for charting a new course for the future of microfinance banking in Nigeria. He said, despite the operational challenges, the Nigerian Deposits Insurance Corporation has collected the sum of 1.6 billion naira premium from 2005 to date. He therefore urged microfinance institutions to key in positively for the implementation of policies and programs of the NDIC in order to enhance economic growth.
We talked about cost of funds, and some of them face liquidity problems, issues regarding risk management, and role, generally in the development of the economy.
Some of the participants assured of their support for the actualization of the goals of the NDIC to engender accelerated growth of microfinance banking in Nigeria. In Abuja, Aliyu Kabir, NTA News.
The National Industrial Court is to give the ruling on Wednesday, June 12, whether Abdulrasheed Maina's case was properly instituted or not. This follows the completion of the adoption of their processes by the parties in the case. Judicial correspondent Femi Okel reports. Well, while we are waiting for that report to be ready, we now join Ameze in our Benin Network Center. Ameze, good evening to you.
Good evening, Bronke. It's good to see you. Welcome to Benin. My name is Ameze Higiebo Anyaru. Slow dispensation of justice is one of the challenges facing the judiciary in Ondo State. It was with a view to finding a lasting solution to this problem that the state government established a court within the maximum prison in Akure. Kemi Fakeye has an update on how the initiative has enhanced criminal justice system in the state.
The Olokuta Medium Security Prison in Akure was built in 1988 with a maximum capacity for just 160 inmates, but now it houses over 500 inmates, most of who are awaiting trial, thereby causing congestion. Ondo State government established High Court 10 in the Olokuta prison in April 2012 to solve the problem of congestion. The step was also to remove the administrative bottlenecks in moving inmates from the prison's custody to court for prosecution.
Unlike in the past, when they would take about 3, 4, or 5 days before they know how to get to court. But now, once they know that their case is in court, they can always walk across from the prison cells down to the court.
When you look at what is happening at the prison here that's at today, majority or few of people there that have been there for close 5, 6, 7 years is conjunction, mainly on the criminal aspect of the law. But when the chief judge established their court at Third Court 10 at Olokuta, you see that it fast dispensation of justice.
The state chief judge, Justice Olasende Kumuyi, said more of such courts will soon be established in the state to further enhance the criminal justice system.
It has helped tremendously. The few challenges that our judges are facing is recently the cases are too many for the number of judges we have to handle them to cope. But then it's a good thing that we have started. And like I said, by that we have more courts.
From Akure, Kemi, Fakeye, NTA News.
It is the season of maize, a tropical cereal crop grown mostly at the beginning of the planting season. In this report, Philomena Ogbebo takes a look at the nutritional value of the maize, otherwise known as corn.
The most staple food crop found in sub-Saharan Africa, which is consumed by more than 1.2 billion people. All parts of the crop can be used for food and non-food products. Maize is largely used as raw materials for industrial products. The various ways of processing maize include boiling, roasting, and frying, while the end products include pap, eko, popcorn, corn pudding, as well as cooked corn.
It is a good source of carbohydrates, and we all know that carbohydrate is another good source of energy.
Most people eat it just because maybe when they are hungry, they eat it for the better for it.
It is used for pap, locally called lagidi, or akasa in Benin, kotu in Benin. It's taken as breakfast, and people prefer it.
A medical expert, Dr. Oko, who spoke on the benefits of maize to the well-being of man, said it has adequate sugar that enhances one's health.
It's not only just a carbohydrate food, but it has a very good glycemic index, which is to say it can easily produce its glucose content when you consume it. And the rate at which it produces it, is just sufficient for the normal body. And even if you are diabetic, it will not possibly shoot up your blood glucose level.
The need for citizens to consume enough of crop in season has always been emphasized on by medical practitioners. From Benin, Philomena Ogbebo, NTA News.
That special report by Philomena Ogbebo concludes our contribution from Benin. We thank you for watching. We'll get back to Ronke now for more reports.
Thank you, Amazing. Assorted goods worth more than 6 billion naira have been confiscated by the Nigerian Corporate Commission over the last 18 months of the fight against piracy. This was disclosed by the Commission's Director General, Afam Ezekude, at an anti-piracy sensitization workshop organized in Abuja. Correspondent Ali Yutuko filed in the report.
By the Commission for Secondary School Students aims at taking the fight against piracy to the grassroots in order to increase the level of copyright awareness among young people, as well as help them realize their potentials.
It's important that we continue that enforcement drive and prosecution and obviously public enlightenment to enlighten the public on the importance of copyrights and the need to respect other people's copyrights.
Piracy around the world is a huge problem, particularly amongst younger people, simply because in the talk that we've just had, we were sensitized to the fact that many of us don't realize that we're actually pirating things when we download music, when we download films.
Participating students at the workshop expressed delight over the initiative, which they described as thought out and highly enriching.
It's not a very good thing to be involved in piracy because it's practically stealing from the people that created those things.
The workshop, first in its series, is expected to take place across the country.
The National Industrial Court is to give a ruling on Wednesday, June 12, whether Abdurrashid Maina's case was properly instituted or not. This follows the completion of the adoption of their processes by the parties in the case. Judicial correspondent Femi Okeowo reports.
The current argument before the court is whether a case of dismissal can commence through an originating summon, the process through which Abdurrashid Maina's counsel, Mahmoud Magaji SAN, came to the court. It is his contention that since the matter borders on the interpretation of statutes that governs employment, the case was properly instituted. But counsel to the head of service, who are the first defendants in the case, Polycarp, Hammer, and other counsel on the opposing side argue that the issues generated in the matter of dismissal are so contentious that originating summons would not be appropriate to institute the case. President of the National Industrial Court, Justice Babatunde Adejumo, said that with the sensitivity of the case, he would have to study the submissions of the counsel properly and come up with a ruling on Wednesday. Meanwhile, an Abuja Chief Magistrates Court has remanded a serving Kogi State House of Assembly member in prison custody over unlawful possession of firearms, ammunition, and police walkie-talkie, pending the determination of his bail terms. The lawmaker, Friday Sani, also known as Makama, was remanded alongside a co-accused, Job David, when they were arraigned by the police before Chief Magistrate Usman Shuaibu. The court will now hear their bail application on Tuesday, 11th of June. In Abuja, Femi Okeowu, NTA News.
Time now to join Abubakar Bawa in our SOKOTO Network Center on the contract signing for the expansion of the State Secretariat. Over to you, Abubakar.
Thank you, Ronki. State governments within the catchment areas of Usman and Fodio University, Sokoto, have been challenged to assist the university maintain its academic excellence. The new Pro-Chancellor of the university, George Egabo, gave the challenge when he visited Sokoto State Governor, Aliu Magatakar-Dohamoku. The reports. The first phase of Usman Farouk Secretariat was built in 1976 to accommodate Cabinet Office and other key ministries. Presently, the Secretariat houses 8 ministries to include Finance, Agriculture, Justice, Local Government, as well as Forestry and Animal Health. Lack of enough offices to accommodate other ministries led to the conversion of Shehu Kangio Secretariat, earlier designed to serve as housing units, into a secretariat. A number of ministries and parastatals now operate within Shehu Kangio Secretariat. The need to ensure everyday office operation and facilitate efficiency in the state civil service, government signed a contract for the expansion of the secretariat. Sokoto State Head of Service Muhammad BATURE SHINKAFI signed on behalf of the state government, while Mario Rubin signed on behalf of the construction firm. Governor Wamoko said the cardinal objective of the project is to improve supervision, monitoring, and coordination. The project, he said, will involve the construction of 8 number office blocks of 2-story building each. He added that the complex will also include staff clinic, conference hall, boardrooms, and ICT rooms, among others.
At full conviction that the supervisory ministry will maintain close watch to ensure institution works in accordance with project plans and specifications as contained in the bill of quantities.
Lajiwamoko added that after the project, Shehu Kangio Secretariat will serve as housing units for civil servants, which was the initial purpose of establishing it. Sokoto State Head of Service Muhammad BATURE SHINKAFI said the project, when completed, would ensure effective service delivery in the state.
This project will no doubt facilitate efficiency in state civil service. Hence, proximity, especially among establishments, having collaborative functions, need to be facilitated in all possible ways.
He commended the state governor for his foresight to execute the second phase of Usman Farouk Secretariat, which defied many administrations in the state. Alhaji Shinkafi appealed to workers in the state to rededicate themselves to the service of the state. Similarly, clearing of the site for the expansion has since commenced. A visit to the site revealed that men and materials have been mobilized for the commencement of the project. The 5.7 billion naira project is expected to be completed in 14 months. And we are sorry for the mix-up there. State governments within the catchment areas of Usman and Fodio University, Sokoto, have been challenged to assist the university maintain its academic excellence. The new Pro-Chancellor of the university, George Egabo, gave the challenge when he visited Sokoto State Governor, Aliu Magatakar-Dohamoku. The report. The new Pro-Chancellor and Chairman Governing Council of Usman and Fodio University, Sokoto, George Egabo, said there is the need for sustained financial support to the university, especially by the catchment states, to enable the institution maintain its academic excellence. George Egabo said, with full support from the catchment states, the university will remain a shining star in academic excellence.
I have come to serve, Your Excellency, and I need your support.
He thanked Governor Wamoko for his support and assistance to the university, especially the ongoing construction of students' hostel. The new Pro-Chancellor expressed the readiness of the new council to move the institution forward. Governor Wamoko pledged to reach out to his colleagues within the catchment states on the need to further support the university. He gave Usman and Fodio University Sokoto a pass mark for his academic excellence, discipline, and peaceful nature.
I was a university, very proud of my university.
Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Isko Arabu Shehu, thanked Governor Wamoko for his concern to the university. Receiving the Pro-Chancellor, Sultan Saad Abubakar III said, though there are many areas that require government attention, educating children is the most important, which governments at all levels should do.
Money government gives is never enough. In fact, it's not even enough. Not talk of being never enough. And that's why we keep on calling on federal government. You must spend more on education.
The Sultan therefore challenged the new governing council of the Usman Afford University to devise ways of generating revenue to complement the federal government's financial support to the university. The chairman of the governing council of the university, Dr. George Egabo, described SOKOTO as home of peace and center for learning. And that does it from SOKOTO. It's back to Rinki in Abuja for more on NTA Nationwide. Good afternoon.
Abubakar, we thank you. The Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Abubakar, has renewed his call on all Nigerians to contribute effectively to the welfare of security agencies to enhance their performance in maintaining law and order. He made a call at Onitsha, Anambra State, where he commissioned a medical center built and donated to the police by some stakeholders. Maureen Ezekude has the details.
Complex at the CPS Onitsha. The Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Abubakar, commended members of the Police Community Relations Committee, PCRC, for their untiring efforts in building the medical center. The IGP, who stated that the gesture was the first in history, added that it shows the cordial relationship existing between the police and the community. He thanked them on behalf of the President of the Federation and urged other communities to emulate the kind gesture built not for the police alone, but the entire community.
I want to use this opportunity on behalf of Mr. President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and the Chairman of the Police Council, Dr. Goodluck, Dr. Jonathan, Afam. Thank you very sincerely for this wonderful gesture that should be emulated by all well-meaning communities in this country.
In an address of welcome, the chairman PCRC of CPS Area Command Onitsha, Sir Victor Agobisi, who said that the event was a memorable one in all aspects, expressed his profound gratitude to the IG of Police, Mohammed Abubakar, for his immense contributions towards improving the Nigeria Police Command. He urged him not to relent in the efforts of fighting crime and corruption in the country.
We, the PCRC members, are strongly behind you and shall always give you every necessary support needed.
Featured at the event include inspection of guard of honor by the Commissioner of Police, Bala Nasarawa, dances and other side attractions. In Onitsha, Maureen Ezekude, NTA News.
Coordinating Minister for the Economy and Minister of Finance, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, says, as part of efforts to make public financial management more efficient, the ministry introduced the Integrated Personnel and Payroll Information System, IPPIS, with the scheme leading to the discovery of 45,000 ghost workers and saving Nigeria 18 billion naira. Dr. Iweala made this known in Abuja when presenting our scorecard at the 2013 ministerial platform. Ifeanyi Okafo has details of the presentation.
The Minister of Finance says the efforts to ensure stability of the economy has sustained stable foreign exchange rate, lowered inflation from 12.4% in 2011 to 9.1% presently. She called on Nigerians to support the excess crude account savings while emphasizing that Nigeria's GDP growth, which is currently at 6.75%, is a commendable feat which has received international validation. She says that Nigeria's GDP needs to grow to 13%.
Nigeria has a cake, our GDP, and our population is growing at 2.5% per annum. We are adding, I think, another, 6 million people a year. So please don't listen to those who say that, what is GDP growth? It doesn't matter. It is not true. It matters tremendously.
Dr. Okonjo-Iweala said 2013 budget was prepared and passed to the National Assembly in record time. Other areas where the ministry has performed, she says, are the envelope system of funds release, which she noted is based on the nation's priority. The coordinating minister of the economy says currently the national debt profile is low and Nigeria's credit rating has improved. She says efforts are on to increase the nation's revenue receipts. On the Shaw P, Dr. Okonjo-Iweala said funds saved are being utilized in the health sector, emphasizing that the conditional cash transfer program of Shaw P has saved many lives.
In 2013, January to May, we have received 75 billion, state government 64.4 billion, local governments 31.8 billion. We have used it for social safety nets for our pregnant women and children, to strengthen and improve immunization for our children, to strengthen and improve safe delivery for our women.
The Minister of State of Finance, Lawal Ngama, says the ministry has also made gains in cleaning up the contributory pension scheme and revived the Nigeria capital market, among others. In Abuja, Ifeanyi Okafor, NTA News.
Children from various schools converged on Abuja for the Nigeria of My Dream competition season 2. Franca Uzoma reports that the event featured the Peter Igor Stellar Performance Award to encourage excellence among students. Her report.
Anglican Girls Grammar School Apo, winner of the Diamond category of the Nigeria of My Dream Schools competition. They smiled home with water dispenser and a tabletop refrigerator. With the topic, How Can I Make Nigeria Great?, the competition is designed to inculcate positive and moral values in children by engaging them in creative contests.
Like we always say, they are the leaders of tomorrow, and we seem to leave them out in key issues like this. So starting them young, to take up leadership, to know, think leadership, act leadership, would definitely impact on their tomorrow.
The event provided opportunity for the children to display their talents in songs and poems. And the visually impaired were not left out. A special feature of this year's competition is the institution and presentation of the Peter Igor Stellar Performance Award.
From the mouth of these kids, we learned so much. We knew that they observe what is going on. We see that they are touched by what is going on. We also see that they are not just sitting back. They want to be part of the solutions for the future.
4 primary schools participated in the grand finale, in which Model Primary School Maitama emerged winner in the gold category competition. In Abuja, Franca Uzoma Olua, NTA News.
Some Nigerian ministers and state governors, together with Dutch government officials, are brainstorming in The Hague, Netherlands, at a 2-day business and investment forum to map up strategies for Nigerian economic growth and conducive investment climate. However, Yusuf Ntua reports that the objective of the forum is to ensure stronger economic partnership between Nigeria and the Netherlands. The event was put together by the Nigerian ambassador to the Royal Kingdom of Netherlands, Dr. Nimota Akombi. Her report.
The Nigeria-Netherlands Business and Investment Forum is aimed specifically at reinvigorating and robustly expanding the negotiation capacity that will enter into a joint venture agreement in a number of areas of interest between the Nigerian firms and their Netherlands counterparts. In her welcome remarks, the Nigerian ambassador to the Netherlands, Dr. Nimota Akombi, announced that huge investment opportunities are abound in Nigeria in all the key sectors of the economy.
Trade and economic cooperation between Nigeria and Netherlands have good promises of yielding the desired mutual benefits. Let us work together.
At the moment, the investment between Nigeria and the Netherlands is considered to be the highest in Europe at about 20% compared to the United Kingdom at 11%. However, speakers at the Business Forum emphasized on the need for investors to move away from business extraction in Nigeria and look at investment areas that are more transformational, citing examples of energy infrastructure, skilled labor, agriculture, human capacity development, and investments that can create jobs for Nigerian citizenry.
Nigeria is one of Africa's most important economies, and we, of course, welcome the business opportunities that are present.